Good afternoon, my dear students and my global viewers. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I have received some messages and some of the messages were very good. So thank you so much for your outstanding messages. I'm very thankful to the God Almighty that till date the journey has been outstanding and all of you are learning good vocabulary words. So it's a humble request. Please subscribe to my channel and I will continue to upload productive videos for everyone. So let's make it a grand success, and today we are going to learn vocabulary number 12. So let's proceed with the next session of 25 vocabulary words. The first word is endure. So endure means to suffer something unpleasant. He endured all the pain alone by sitting on the bed throughout the day. Next word is disparate. So disparate means fundamentally different. We can say even they are identical twins, they have such disparate personalities that it's almost impossible to get them confused. Next word is abbreviate. Abbreviate is to shorten or to abridge. So we can say he had an abbreviated dinner yesterday. Next word is arid. Arid means extremely dry. Something which is extremely dry is arid. We can say without waters the flowers could not thrive in the arid climate. Next word is abstinence. So abstinence means the act of refraining from pleasurable activity. We can say abstinence from smoking is mandatory on commercial airlines. Let's proceed. Next word is despot. Despot is an oppressive dictator. So once the despot killed his parents, he was able to run the country with an iron fist. Next word is eclectic. Eclectic means something which is different, unique, or something that seems to be the best of the various styles. We can say he is highly eclectic because of his approach towards education. Next word is edict. Edict is primarily an authoritative proclamation. So under the Queen's edict, all the male members of the royal family must serve 2 years in the military. Next word is didactic. Very important word, didactic. Didactic means instructive, something which is highly instructive. So the purpose of the didactic presentation was to teach the students with the theory. Next word is ebullient. Ebullient means joyously unrestrained, when you cannot stop yourself. So the ebullient song not only captivated my soul, but I equally danced on my chair after listening to that song. Okay. Let's try to repeat or try to recap. Endure is something which is unpleasant. he endured all the adversity which he suffered in his life or in his disparate life. Something which is fundamentally different. The two paintings are highly disparate and thus it is very difficult to identify the differences. Abbreviate is shortened. He explained his lifetime story in an abbreviated manner. Arid is extremely dry. It is difficult to sustain and survive in an arid climate. Absistence, the act of refraining from pleasurable activity. So abstinence from drinking in public is the lawful land. Next is despot is an oppressive dictator. He succeeded as a despot. Eclectic. His eclectic mannerisms are very effective. Edict. The king's edict was proclaimed compulsory and it was implemented. Next is didactic. His didactic explanation was very robust or very powerful. Ebullient when we are not able to stop ourselves. So the ebullient presentation helped us to understand the various pros and cons. Let's proceed to the next 10 vocabulary words. Next word is duress. So duress means compulsory force or threat. The mental duress of the interrogation was very hard for the suspect. Next is adulation. Adulation is basically means high praise. So if somebody has a high praise for someone, it is primarily an adulation. When Bill made the game-winning shot, his teammates showered him with adulation. Next word is dogmatic. So dogmatic is pertaining to the different beliefs which are meant to be authoritative. So the preacher was a dogmatic individual who was quick to argue with anyone who challenged his opinion. Next is adversity. We all know about poverty. So when somebody suffers from misfortune or misfavorable turn of event, then we can call it as adversity. So all the great leaders of the world are able to convert adversity into success by using their higher values. Next word is aesthetic. So aesthetic means pertaining to the beauty or the arts. We can say our aesthetic enjoyment of the art show was increased by the presence of a restaurant close by. Next is egregious. Egregious. It means outrageously bad, very bad. So after cheating on the exam, she was warned that further egregious violations would have her expelled from the school. Next is anecdote. So anecdote is a short or a funny story or an account of an event. So his funny anecdote about his first day at college put the people at risk. Next is antagonist. So antagonist is primarily the opposite of protagonist. So in the movies when we see the actual character, that is protagonist, the villain is the antagonist. So we can also say foe or opponent as an antagonist. So his antagonist sabotage means to reduce the reputation or hinder the normal operations. His antagonist sabotaged his car in hopes of winning the race. Next is amicable. Amicable means friendly. We can say he is highly amicable and thus it is easy to approach him. Next word is indispensable. Indispensable means absolutely necessary. So education is highly indispensable and thus we should all request our children or we should all go to high schools or colleges or to universities. So let's try to do a quick recap. Duress, it means compulsory force. So his mental duress was highly weak on account of the interrogation that he had gone through. Next is adulation is a high praise. So the Prime Minister received adulation by completing his task ahead of deadlines. Dogmatic, it can also be connected to someone's behavior. His dogmatic behavior was hated or was not liked by anyone. Adversity, he spent all his life in adversity. Aesthetic, his aesthetic enjoyment towards different forms of art is highly visible. Egregious is outrageously bad. His egregious attempt to take drugs in public is highly egregious. Anecdote is a short story. We can say his funny anecdote about his first day at college is really outstanding, or it put everyone at risk. Antagonist is the opposite of protagonist, so we can say his antagonist played furtive games on account of cupidity. Amicable is friendly, so we can say his approach to everyone is highly amicable. Indispensable is something which is absolutely required or something which is very compulsory. So we can say traveling is an indispensable thing, and or we can say reading is highly indispensable because the habit of reading is highly recreative and ennobling. Let's proceed to the last set of words. Circuitous. Circuitous means to take the indirect or to take the longest route. So we can say, he asked me to simplify the circuitous language for the average reader. Next is assiduous. So assiduous means persistent or hard working. The assiduous students will always succeed. Next is benevolent. Benevolent means kind. So we can say, or very helpful. She is a benevolent woman who volunteer every time for charitable work. Next is clairvoyant. Clairvoyant. Clairvoyant means exceptionally insightful. So the wise man with his clairvoyant abilities can help people to complete their projects. Next word is elicit. So elicit is a feeling or response. The comedian hoped his jokes would elicit a great deal of laughter from the audience. Let's try to do a quick recap. Circuitous means indirect route or taking the longest route. So it is not advisable to take the circuitous routes every time in order to complete certain work or certain task. Assiduous means hardworking. He is an assiduous individual who possesses clairvoyant abilities. Benevolent, he is a benevolent person who never takes circuitous routes. Clairvoyant, the scientist is highly clairvoyant and he is able to complete his projects with accuracy and high deal of productivity. Elicit, whatever is connected to the forthcoming emotions or feelings or response. So we can say he hoped that his elicit moves will create a great deal of laughter or will cast a direct impression onto the audiences. Okay. So with this we are able to complete vocabulary number 12. There are certain words which are a bit tough, but I'm sure the more you will continue to look at the vocabularies, things will be easier for you. I really appreciate if you like and equally subscribe to the channels. Please press the bell icon for receiving all the notifications. So I really appreciate if you watch this vocabulary today. In the upcoming sessions, I will continue to present more vocabularies. So let's stay connected. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much.